Hello and welcome back to Spoken Essays. I'm Harshal Vora and you're watching the live video where I figure out how to code. Let me set up this camera so that it works better. Yeah. How about that? Yep, that's better. 100% better. Okay. Yeah. Let's get started. So this is what I was working on before. Yeah, the mouse is visible. Great. Yeah, so I finished 59% of advanced node and express. Pretty cool. And that's in quality assurance somehow. Yeah, we are assuring quality, I suppose. Okay. So previously in the previous step we created two files, roots.js and auth.js, and this is server.js. From we moved the code from that place to here, and this is what this does: roots auth app my database, because the app here is app. Yeah, but yeah, you get it. And here this is defined as require this. Very cool. So we can continue with this now. This is what I was doing earlier. I'll also stop that program from running. So what does this say? Implementation of social authentication. The basic path this kind of authentication will follow in your app is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. User clicks a button or link sending them to your root to authenticate using a specific strategy. Example, GitHub. Your root calls passport.authenticate GitHub, which redirects them to GitHub. The page the user lands on GitHub allows them to log in if they aren't already. It then asks them to approve access to their profile from your app. The user is then returned to your app at a specific callback URL with their profile if they are approved. They are now authenticated, and your app should check if it is a returning profile or save it in your database if it is not. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to read all of that again so that I can absorb it again a little bit better this time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, makes sense. Let's continue. Yeah. Strategies with OAuth. So OAuth is, I think it's an open source software. I don't know if it's a software. OAuth is a way to get access to protected data from an application. It's safer and more secure than asking users to log in with passwords. OAuth, I think Google uses OAuth. I think a lot of services in the world use OAuth. An open protocol to allow secure authorization in a simple and standard method from web, mobile and desktop applications. And of course we can look into the documentation and see what it says. You can also master this from this guide with modern use cases and real world examples. So we can also work with this, as you can see here. Yeah, something happened. Okay, yeah. So I can read all of this. Maybe I can also I can go into all of this, but let's continue with this. I'll close the tab for now. I don't know if I need MongoDB for now. I'll also close that tab. Yes, we'll need this localhost page. Yes, and we'll also need this in case I make a mistake here. Okay, So strategies with OAuth require you to have at least a client ID and client secret, which is a way for the service to verify who the authentication request is coming from and if it is valid. These are obtained from the site you are trying to implement authentication with, such as GitHub, and are unique to your app. They are not to be shared and should never be uploaded to a public repository or written directly in your code. Yeah, because we could probably get hacked because of that. So GitHub would send us this this ID, I suppose. Okay, then a common practice is to put them in your .env file and reference them like so, because .env files are not to be read. Process.env.github client ID. For this challenge, you are going to use the GitHub strategy. Pretty cool. Follow these instructions to obtain your client ID and secret from GitHub. Whoa, okay. So I'm using my GitHub profile. So I don't know how many of these steps I will be able to share with you. What I can do is maybe blur out the secret ID, secret from GitHub for my account. So yeah, okay. But I would like to read this again so that I can process it a little bit better. Yeah, so the first sentence makes sense. Strategies, yeah, so we have at least client ID and client secret, which is a way for you to verify who the authentication request is coming from, whether it is a verified client or not, a valid client or not. These are obtained, so these client ID and secret, this client ID and secret is obtained from the site you are trying to implement authentication with. For example, GitHub. We can also take Google, for example. When I try to connect or sign in with Google, the same thing happens, or a similar thing happens. I can't say same thing, probably a similar thing happens, if not the same. Okay, and are unique to your app. They are not to be shared and should never be uploaded to a public repository or written directly in your code. A common practice is to put them in your env file and reference them like so. For this challenge, you're going to use the GitHub strategy. Let's find out what the GitHub strategy is. Okay, so I need to follow these instructions. After I'm done with that, I think then and only then can I continue with this. And I'll read it anyway so that I know whether I can or should or shouldn't. Okay, set the homepage URL to your Replit homepage. Now I don't have Replit. Set the homepage URL to your Replit homepage, not the project code's URL. I know what they mean. But before I continue with this, I do not know what context this is, so let's go here. GitHub is an incredibly useful OAuth provider, nice, especially if you are building an application targeted toward developers. In this article, we will give you a quick rundown of how to set up a GitHub OAuth application, create your application. So begin by navigating to your GitHub settings, make sure you are logged in. Yeah. Scroll down to the bottom of this sidebar and click developer settings. This will take you to the application page. This is what it looks like. Let's go. So github.com. I go to the settings. And in developer settings, this is what it looks like. Great. I'll move this tab. Developer settings, this will take you to the application page. Yep, just a second. This will take you to the application page. You may see some applications you've previously authored. I have not authored any yet. Check the new OAuth app button to create a new application. Click, register, fill in the form, Naomi.lgbt, a demonstrative application for a freeCodeCamp news tutorial, this.lgbt. I do not know what to put in the homepage URL. I think this is where this comes. Set the homepage URL to your Replit homepage. So before I continue with this, when I ask it to create a new GitHub app, I'll have to do this. So what I need to do is, because I'm running this locally, I need to run this on Replit. So I'll go here. If I go to the first page, I'll see the Replit starter project. Okay. While this boots, I'll copy all this code and paste it in the file, server.js file. Cool, so that's pasted now. I'll let it save that code. Then what I should do is also create an env file. You know what, if I open this, we see port 8080 and this and that. Okay. What did their sample.env file say? It said the same thing. Okay, of course it said the same thing. Okay, mine is this, so I'll copy that and rename this sample.env file. You can create environment variables with the secrets tool. .env files are deprecated. Come on. New file .env environment variables. So now I have to read what environment variables are. They, maybe they are here. Okay. How to create an environment variable in Replit. Secrets and environment variables. You can store sensitive information such as API keys, credentials, and more in your REPL with secrets. Okay, get started by clicking on secrets icon in the tools section. So let's go there. I'll move this here. Okay. Where is the secrets section? Do I not see it? Unit test, settings, shell, threads, secrets. New secret, yes. This will be called session secret. I can't. Okay. I'll have to go one by one. Session secret. I'm using pi 314. Add secret. Another secret that we are to add is mongo.u_URI, and that's its value. I already have that value in the. Nope, I don't. Okay. It is a string, so it will be stored as such. I don't know if whether I should or should not mention the double quotes. I'll leave the double quotes out of it. If we come across any errors while authenticating, logging in, connecting to MongoDB, will know that this is what caused it. Okay, that's done. I'll also edit the profile.pug file. Pasted. Saved. Command S, please. Saved. Index.pug. Did I make any changes? I don't know yet. I'll copy all of it and paste over it anyway. Save. then chat.pug. I don't think we've been through that, so leave that. So chat profile was pasted. .env, I'll keep that open. I have to create another file called auth.js here, not inside this pug, here, not inside that. Why is that? Okay, yes, new file, not inside the pug. How do I leave this folder? If I click here, yes, I can do that. Okay, auth.js, paste, saved, cool. Then roots.js, copy, roots.js, paste and save. This is how we access the secret. Poop. So anywhere I see process, not in here apparently. How do I minimize this? Yes, close the sidebar please. How do I close this secrets thing? I can close this here. Right. Now .env. What, is it not here? Fine. If I go to server, I should see somewhere. Yep, you can see this. Oh yeah, I should not have closed that tab, but I can access that. I know they used bracket notation, square bracket notation for that. Was it a string? I think I can see that red underline, so that tells me this is also incorrect. I can see that red underline still. How do you do it? Process doing it. This is the bracket notation, that is correct. Yeah, but the red underline has disappeared. Very good. I'll also use command F to find out again. .env. We can see process.env.port. Yeah, I'm not editing that. I've not added that yet. If there is an error, we'll know. Cool. Save. I didn't make any changes to this. I've saved it. Auth.js created. Readme can. Okay, I'll close this. We have the 3 JS files open. Cool. If I run this, what happens? npm run start, so it will do the necessary things. Did it or did it not? I don't think it did. Let's run this so that we know whether there are any problems running this. This is still installing, I suppose. Let's wait. There are errors. Where? Deprecated. Okay. And it did not open an HTML page. Wait, oh, now it will probably, yeah, now it probably will. Yep, I can see that web view. So we can get started now. I suppose I have to copy this link. I'll use https:// and if I am running these here, then I think this will all go with replit now. Go in replit. So I'll minimize this. If we need it, I will use it. Cool. It's listening on port 3000 as expected. Cool. This is done. This is where we were before. You know what? I'll also use a split screen for replit. This is taken care of. Thank you. Naomi's demonstration app, whatever. Okay. or Naomi, I don't know. Yeah, so we have the URL with us. Click the new OAuth app. This is not the GitHub app. We go to OAuth apps, register a new application. So, and we also have these tokens. This says click new OAuth app. In OAuth, I click on new OAuth app. Now this doesn't say new OAuth, this says register, but it's the same thing. I think, I mean, they must have changed the words, and this is different. This is not creating an OAuth, I have to register it. I don't know how long it will take GitHub to register it. Anyway, we'll find out soon enough. Herschel's first app. Cool. Homepage URL is this: https://boilerplate advanced.node.ubiquitous.ripple.com. As you can see, I set the homepage URL to a replit homepage, not the project code's URL. Wait a minute. Homepage URL. Replit homepage. Does that mean here or there? To know what they mean by this, I can maybe read this. Implementation of social authentication. Is that the one? Yep, that's the one. This is roots.js. Okay, so I can't make any changes yet. Let's think again. Set the homepage URL to your replit homepage, not the project code's URL. Replit homepage. I did copy. Is this someone's homepage? Yeah, this is someone's homepage, my bad. So am I supposed to do this or that? This would be the replit homepage. Or is it the URL I copied and copied? Is this the replit homepage? Or is it the project's homepage? Not the project code's URL. I think this would take me to the project code URL and this would take me to the homepage. I don't know. Set the callback URL to the same homepage URL with auth GitHub callback appended to the end. Okay, got it. So I'll copy this. I can leave description empty. Very cool. This, and at the end I add this auth GitHub callback. Yeah, we'll know if there are any errors. Fill in the application form and click register application. They in the image, in the screenshot, I can't see whether I can see that this is not selected, this option is not ticked, so I'll leave that unticked. Let's click on register application. For OAuth applications, you will need the client ID. You will also need to generate a client secret. Click the generate a new client secret to do so. Okay. Transfer ownership, list this application in the marketplace. Revoke all user tokens. Client ID is this. Client secrets. Yeah. I'll go ahead with this. Yep, you guys can see it. Cannot delete the only client secret. Generate a new client secret first. Yeah. Okay, so once it has been created, make sure to save this secret in a secure location, as you will not be able to view it again. Now I'm sharing it on YouTube for everyone to see, so it's not secret anymore. Using your new application now that you have client ID and security, if you want to learn how to do so, freeCodeCamp curriculum can teach you. Okay, bye. Thank you. So we have these two values now. Cool. Right. Appended to the end. That was appended to the end. As you can see here, homepage and activation, authorization, callback URL. If I make any if there are any problems, I'll edit this URL to get the result we need. Yeah. Save the client ID and your client secret in your projects.env file as GitHub client ID and GitHub client secret. Okay. So we go to secrets again. I have to create a new secret as this and the ID as this. Add secret, new secret will be GitHub client secret. I think we can generate multiple. Okay, add secret, done. So both of them were added in your roots.js file. So if I go to roots.js file, where add show social auth true. Let's see. I think they mean here after show registration. So show login, show registration, and show social auth. To the home page route after showing registration. Oh yeah, after show registration true. Yeah, exactly where. Yeah. Now create two routes accepting get requests. Show. Yeah, this formats that. Oh, very good. Huh. Is that the cursor? Interesting. Anyway, let's wrap all this. Okay. Now create two routes. Show app dot root, two routes, right? Accepting get requests app dot root, but what's the path? One is auth / GitHub. And yeah, wait a minute, root, yeah, that's it. And then we write get. What will we do in get? I'm yet to understand. I'll also copy this. That is pretty cool, copying an entire line. And this is GitHub callback. Pretty cool. Okay, the first should only call passport to authenticate GitHub, literally string GitHub. Passport.authenticate. May I resize this? Yeah, please, thank you. I don't think we need secrets anymore. Right, I'll cancel. I'll also ask it to stop this for now. Yeah, because when we run it, it will run it with that. Okay. Get. So in get we write passport.authenticate. Inside this string, as a string I paste GitHub. Only call passport to authenticate GitHub. I suppose we also, do I need to redirect it to? This is the only instance where it does authenticate something. Huh. And it also stores this much. But we'll get there, we'll know for sure. Let's go through this one by one. If there are any errors, we'll know. The second should call passport to authenticate GitHub with a failure redirect to /. So these guys did mention that. So I can maybe copy from here till here. Get is already defined, so what I would need to do is paste that much. Okay, instead of local, this will also be GitHub, but it will also have a failure redirect to root. And it would take us back to profile. It would render profile, yeah. And then if that is successful, then the redirect to profile. Yup. Similar to your last project. Yup. An example of how auth GitHub callback should look is similar to how you handle a normal login. That's literally it. Yeah, That's what I came up, that's what I wrote in the previous project, previous steps, yeah, lessons, yeah. Let's find out whether this is correct. Saved, and what do I press to run? Command enter to run. Okay, run this please. In the meanwhile, I'll ask it to check whether what I've done is correct. If I press here and press enter, it will wait for a few seconds. Let's see. It ran it, but it says should be correct, test timed out. So there are a few mistakes here and there. Let's find out what they are. GitHub callback should be correct. I think where is the error? Port.authenticate GitHub. Let's resize this to read the error a little bit better. Okay, it has a problem at line 69. This is the one. Oh, I think it should be inside the thing. Yeah, by the thing I mean the database thing. Right, app is not defined because app is inside this. What? Yeah, fine. Okay. We are inside module exports. Huh. First is this. That's where app is. So that's why it couldn't work. It wouldn't work. Huh. If I wrap this or fold this, very good. So all of that is inside this unfold line. Yeah. Cool. So I think now it might work. Ask it to run again, please. Yes, please run. It will do its thing. Huh. Cool, and we can see that page. Let's wait. Yep, we passed the test. So I had to move the text a little bit up. Okay. Next, implementation of social authentication 2. The last part of setting up your GitHub authentication is to create the strategy itself. Passport GitHub has already been added as a dependency, so require it in your auth.js file as GitHub strategy, like this. Oh, they already gave us the, okay. I'll type it down. Where do I want it? Auth.js. So we go to auth.js. I can't use control tab unfortunately, so I am using a mouse, but yeah, this still works. Now here I write constant what GitHub strategy. It is uppercase GitHub strategy GitHub strategy. H is also uppercase, my bad. GitHub strategy equals require what passport dash GitHub lowercase dot strategy semicolon. Yeah, save this. Thank you. That has been created. GitHub strategy is this. Okay, very good. Do not forget to require and configure .env to use your environment variables. What's that now? Have we not required config? Yeah, I have done that. Or maybe I'm supposed to do that to auth 2. We'll find out. If there is if there are mistakes, we'll know if I refer to the solutions. Okay, so .env has been required and configured. Look at that, pretty cool. To set up the GitHub strategy, you have to wait a minute. Exit this state. Exit this. Okay. To set up the GitHub strategy, you have to tell Passport to use an instantiated GitHub strategy. which accepts two arguments, an object containing client ID, client secret, and callback URL, and a function to be called when a user is successfully authenticated, which will determine if the user is new and what fields to save initially in the user's database object. This is common across many strategies, but some may require more information as outlined in that specific strategy's GitHub README. Okay. For example, Google requires a scope as well, which determines what kind of information your request is asking to be returned and asks the user to approve such access. Okay. I think you have to tell Passport to use an instantiated GitHub strategy. Okay, what will we call it? I think we have to wait. This step isn't asking me to do something, it's telling me what ought to be done. Let's continue. The current strategy you're implementing authenticates users using a GitHub account and OAuth 2.0 tokens. The client ID and secret obtained when creating an application are supplied as options when creating the strategy. The strategy also requires a verify callback, which receives the access token and optional refresh token, as well as profile, which contains the authenticated user's GitHub profile. The verify callback must call CB callback, providing a user to complete authentication. Here's how your new strategy should look at this point. Passport.use a new GitHub strategy a new instance of GitHub strategy, which stores an object or takes an object as an argument and a callback function as an argument. Callback URL would be entered into GitHub here. Insert callback URL entered into GitHub here. Oh, I know which one they are talking about. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll paste it. And then we write database logic with callback containing your user object. Database logic here with callback containing your user object. User object. I do not know what they mean by that. I think is this the user object? We'll know. Your authentication won't be successful yet, and it will actually throw an error without the database logic and callback, but it should log your GitHub profile to your console if you try it. Okay, so we'll at least know that. Okay, I'll copy this much. Let's go to auth. We are inside auth. Passport, serialize user, deserialize user, use this and that. Oh yeah. Inside module exports, why do I not see more of this? Passport, deserialize, passport.use. Oh yeah, that's it, right? Okay. To set up GitHub, you have to tell Passport to use an instance sheet. I suppose I'm supposed to do that here. So let's get to it. Inside module exports, here you press enter once and it only copied that much. Copy and paste here. Okay. There are a few problems. I'll press Command Z. Maybe I'll give it some space before I paste everything. This says insert callback URL into GitHub here. Yeah, this is the callback URL. So that's added. Database logic here with callback containing your user object. Database logic. Do I have database logic? No. Okay, let's check. Number 2. It was number 2, social authentication. It's supposed to be done in auth.js, so I'm at least in there. Cool. So here, new GitHub strategy. This is local strategy. This is new GitHub strategy. So passport.use new GitHub strategy This is process.env as expected, that's okay. The callback URL is, for their code it's this, for mine it will be different. And looking at this, yeah, okay, I'm supposed to keep that as it is for now. Am I on step number 2? Yes, I'm on number 2. Okay, so I'm not supposed to edit this out yet. This is, I think this comment is for this thing itself, I suppose. Database logic is a callback function with a callback containing our user object. Yeah. Dot profile, console.log.profile. Okay, makes sense. Let's find out. Let's run this. Wait. Control enter. The URL will still be this replit URL. If I run this, we should see my user. I don't see that. I do not see that in the console. It's freeCodeCamp and requested a few times, but that's it. Okay, I'm going to take a short break. I think I need to wash my face a little bit. Yeah, I'll be right back in a few minutes. Thank you. Better than go. Yeah. Oh, we have what is happening? I'm so sorry, I did not see your message before. What is happening? So I'm learning quality assurance and advanced Node and Express here. We're trying to build this page. Let me show you. This is what we are building. If I want to log in locally, I can do this. Locally as in this page. If you're new to JavaScript, GitHub and coding in general, then I suggest you start with some courses yourself, Mr. So. If you've left, then I'm so sorry I couldn't respond to you sooner. Sorry. Yeah, but this is what I've been working on. Right now we're working and learning authentication of a user. Let's say if I want to log in with my GitHub account, GitHub app really, GitHub account, GitHub accounts app, then I need to follow certain steps, and to follow those and if I follow certain steps, I will pass the tests. Yeah, but yeah, it's a practice in learning how to work on this. I'll be right back. I will take a short break, but thank you for asking. So